Todd Chrisley stands up to prison abuse. Hello, everyone. Welcome back for another video. I hope everyone's having a great day. Before watching the video, please subscribe and like it. Former Chrisley Knows Best star Todd Chrisley is using his platform to stand up to prison abuse. He stated that this was a cause he was very passionate about after spending over 2 years behind bars. So, what is he doing to make a change? Keep reading for more details. When Todd Chrisley was behind bars in Pensacola, Florida, many horror stories were coming out. His daughter, Savannah Chrisley, was a huge advocate for her parents' release. Her mother, Julie Chrisley, was serving time in Kentucky, but felt they were both unjustly sentenced. Furthermore, she claimed that many inequities were happening, especially to her father. Since a prison guard did not care for Savannah speaking up, she would give Todd poor treatment. As for Julie, she left jail in a traumatized manner. Fans have commented that her eyes looked dead, and she clearly was treated far worse than Todd, if that is possible. Upon being pardoned and released by President Donald Trump, Todd was adamant that he wanted to help others in the system. He made friends behind bars and saw that they did not all deserve the punishments they received. Therefore, he would do as Savannah did and be their voice. Now, he is opening up about a situation that has broken him. A female inmate has been denied proper medical care for over 2 months, so he seemingly stepped up. He hoped to rectify the situation before it got any worse and to raise awareness. After seeing what he had to say, some felt that Todd Chrisley could have taken the easy road and stayed silent. They believed that his fame could be a detriment, but he did not care. Since his release, Todd has been here, there, and everywhere, promoting all of his projects. He and his wife are back with their podcast and have a new reality series premiering September 1st. Prison reform is just one item on his lengthy list of things to do. Although not everyone cares for what Todd Chrisley has to say, one thing is very admirable. He said he would fix the system, and he is attempting to do just that. Todd is keeping his word, which many wondered if he would do. This posting is just one sign of the good that came out of his sentence and how he can bring about change. Great to see you and Julie home with your beautiful family. Helping these people to be treated humanely is a noble but very real calling. Strong work, Mr. Chrisley keeps speaking and never stops fighting. I'm a Charleston Knave, you rock. Todd Chrisley, once known for his sharp tongue, quick wit, and larger-than-life personality on reality television, is now making headlines for a very different reason. After his prison sentence, the former star of Chrisley Knows Best has begun speaking out about the conditions behind bars, his words painting a grim picture of a system that he says is deeply broken. Rather than fading from public view, Todd has chosen to use his circumstances as a platform to address what he describes as abusive treatment, rampant neglect, and a culture of silence that thrives in prison walls. His decision to speak out has turned him from a reality star into an unlikely advocate for prison reform. According to those close to him, Todd has endured more than just the shock of incarceration. He has faced situations that highlight what advocates call systemic abuse, including a lack of proper medical care, unsanitary living conditions, intimidation from staff, and a disregard for the humanity of those serving time. History resonates because it brings a familiar face to an issue often ignored until someone with a platform sheds light on it. From the very beginning of his sentence, Todd reportedly noticed things that disturbed him. Meals lacked nutrition, facilities were dilapidated, and the staff seemed indifferent to the suffering of inmates. Todd's children, particularly Savannah Chrisley, have been outspoken about their father's treatment. She has repeatedly taken to podcasts and interviews, sharing accounts of how her father has been denied basic rights, including necessary medical treatment. His daughter has described in emotional detail the heartbreaking reality of hearing her father talk about mistreatment and humiliation. The star, once known for living in luxury, now struggles with conditions that highlight a stark contrast between life on the outside and the harshness of the correctional system. For Todd, The fight is not just about his own dignity, but about all inmates who lack the voice to defend themselves. His platform has become a megaphone amplifying the struggles that rarely make headlines in his statements. Todd has emphasized that prison should be about accountability, rehabilitation, and preparing individuals to return to society, not about stripping them of their humanity or allowing abuse to fester unchecked. His words echo those of advocates who have long argued that the U.S. prison system has become a place of punishment without purpose. Observers point out that Todd's willingness to speak out comes at a personal risk. Prisoners who challenge authority often face retaliation in the form of solitary confinement, loss of privileges, or harsher treatment. Todd's resilience seems to grow with every obstacle. According to his family, he has been threatened, silenced, and told to stay quiet, yet his determination to stand up against abuse remains unshaken. He has described his experience as both painful and eye-opening, admitting that while he never imagined himself in this position, he now feels a responsibility to shine a light on what many endure in silence. The Chrisley family has rallied around him, turning their heartbreak into activism. Savannah has launched efforts to keep her parents' names in the public eye. She uses her podcast, social media platforms, and interviews to reveal what she sees as corruption and negligence in the prison system, while also calling on lawmakers to investigate the conditions prisoners face. Her work has brought a renewed focus to issues such as lack of medical care and mistreatment of nonviolent offenders by connecting her father's story to the broader crisis. She ensures the conversation extends beyond celebrity drama into social justice. Public response has been divided. Some critics dismiss Todd's claims, suggesting that he is exaggerating to gain sympathy or to influence the outcome of the appeal. However, many others argue that Todd's celebrity status provides him with a rare opportunity to bring attention to issues that have long been ignored. Advocates for prison reform have welcomed his willingness to speak up, stating that when public figures share their firsthand experiences, they humanize the problem and help shift the narrative from statistics to stories of real people. Behind the headlines, there are chilling examples that give weight to Todd's claims. Inmates allegedly being denied urgent medical treatment until conditions worsen beyond repair, and reports of mold-infested showers and overcrowded cells are consistent with what Todd has shared, according to legal experts. The Eighth Amendment guarantees freedom from cruel and unusual punishment, yet violations continue across prisons in the United States. By sharing his story, Todd challenges the public to consider whether society is living up to its constitutional promises. For years, activists have argued that the prison system is less about rehabilitation and more about perpetuating cycles of trauma. Todd's story adds another layer to the conversation. His account shows how even those with fame and financial resources are not immune to abusive practices. His realization resonates with many families of inmates who feel powerless in the face of such a vast and entrenched system. Todd's choice to shine a spotlight on the problem provides hope that more people will begin to take these issues seriously. As Todd continues to serve his sentence, he has reportedly leaned heavily on faith and family to maintain his resolve. His connection with his wife, Julie Chrisley, who is also serving time, and his children has strengthened his determination to endure the hardship and keep pushing for change. The Chrisleys have become not just a family caught in scandal, but symbols of a larger struggle between justice and punishment. Their story has sparked debate about how America defines justice, and what role compassion should play in a system often driven by vengeance. Experts in criminal justice argue that Todd's claims underscore the urgent need for reform. The United States has the largest prison population in the world, and yet conditions within many facilities fail to meet basic human rights standards. Todd's testimony highlights that change cannot wait. Advocates are calling for independent investigations into prison conditions and a reevaluation of how the system treats those incarcerated for nonviolent offenses. They argue that if society truly values rehabilitation, prisons must provide safety, medical care, and dignity rather than abuse and neglect. Todd's voice has also resonated in the political arena. Lawmakers have begun citing his story as an example during debates about prison reform. While some use his words to push for oversight and accountability, others remain skeptical and wary of giving too much weight to the claims of a celebrity facing prison time. Nevertheless, the fact that his story is now part of political discourse proves that he has already succeeded in forcing attention on a topic too often ignored. As the months pass, Todd's determination to keep speaking out shows no signs of slowing. Reports suggest he continues to document his experiences in letters and messages that his family shares with the outside world. These accounts provide an unfiltered look at life behind bars, exposing the small indignities that build up over time alongside the larger abuse. For Todd, sharing these details is not about self-pity, but about creating awareness so that change becomes possible. The road ahead is uncertain for both Todd and the cause he now champions. Prison officials may continue to push back against his accusations, and the public's attention could eventually fade. But for now, willingness to stand up to abuse has sparked a much-needed conversation in a society where incarceration often means invisibility. Todd Chrisley refuses to be silenced. His journey from reality television star to prison reform advocate shows how adversity can transform individuals and how even the most unlikely voices can help ignite change. His story challenges society to ask hard questions about what justice really means and whether it is possible to balance accountability with humanity. For every headline about Todd, there are countless unnamed inmates experiencing similar or worse conditions without the means to speak out. iFood's advocacy achieves nothing else. It at least gives visibility to those who have been forgotten within the walls of the prison system. What happens next will depend on how seriously the public, lawmakers, and the media choose to take his claim. Some will continue to dismiss him as a disgraced reality star clinging to relevance, while others will see him as a whistleblower who is risking further hardship to shine a light on uncomfortable truths. But regardless of where one stands, it is undeniable that Todd Chrisley has altered the narrative surrounding his incarceration. He has shifted the conversation from scandal to reform, from gossip to human rights. For a man who built his reputation on control and perfectionism, losing everything to prison could have been the end of his story. Instead, Todd has chosen to turn his downfall into a platform for advocacy. In doing so, he demonstrates resilience, courage, and a commitment to something larger than himself. His decision to stand up to prison abuse may well become the most important chapter of his life, not because it redeems his past, but because it fights for a more just and humane future. As long as Todd Chrisley keeps using his voice for good, this may have been all well worth it in the long run. Are you happy that he is standing up to prison abuse? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, America Trends 24, and stay with us.